What's up everybody, I'm Jason, this is the Freeburg Garage, and today we are going to be doing a walkthrough on this FXR right there. We're going to be talking about future parts, we're going to be talking about what I've currently done, what's my mind and thinking of why I put said parts on, and what parts are going to be coming off / changing in the future. So, watch out. New to the channel, thank you for watching, and those returning, I appreciate it. You guys are what makes this channel possible. So, bar and riser combo setup, right? When I first started riding this bike, I wanted to change the original look of the handlebars and style and feel to it, which I have here. These are buckhorns. They're the original ones, real laid back style. Handlebars, they look cool for chopper style or easy laid back feel, but if you're trying to go into performance, not ideal. These are a 6.5 inch rise I went with for a riser and a 1/4 inch kickback on these. These are Drag Specialties, and I have bunking bars with 3 inch rise, and these are 30.5 inch wide bars. So this makes a total of 3 inch rise, 6.5, so you're at 9.5 inches of total length for your bar setup. When I was choosing these risers, very hard decision, just because trying to figure out which height I want to go with my height that would make me feel comfortable with the style of riding I'm going to go with. There's a lot of nice brands out there that are higher up end as quality wise, so you don't want to pull that trigger if you don't know what size you're going to go with. So I suggest going with Drag Specialties to start off with. They will give you at least the height that you want to go with at a relatively low price. And then from there, as you get more comfortable with the sizing that you want to go with, then shoot up and try a more stylish or design type of riser that would fit you. So, but as far as the styling right now, it's okay. I like it. Does its purpose. It got me where I need to be, and going forward from here, we'll see what happens. So, on the next. Bam! The tail light. We're at the front, or we were at the front, now we're at the back. And the reason why we're back here is because this was changed out. Used to be all original. Tail light used to be here. Probably sit out, felt like a good foot. Turn signals probably stood out a good 6 inches. I went ahead and swapped it out for a integrated low profile smoke tail light by Moons MC. Plugs right into the actual old harness that's in here. It takes literally a couple seconds, plug it in. The only thing you'll have to do is actually splice in the wires or solder the wires in for the turn signals. And then from there you will also need a integrated, or if you have the integrated turn signals on here, the LED turn signal module in order for these to work. So I'm actually going to turn this on, give you guys a little show of it. And there it is, power of LEDs. But awesome upgrade, cleans it really up for me. Like I said, there was a lot that was going on back here, and this kind of just really cleans up. Still a lot of work to be done that needs to do to get it cleaned up more, but for now, looked great. So on the next. Front motor mount, right? Why change them out? Well, you don't really have to on this bike, unless if they're actually wearing out, you can change the rubber bushings on them. But I switched mine out because I wanted something that would protect my case up front. When you bring up the front tire, you slam back down, or in general, if the tire is moving back and forth like that, a lot of people are known to snap the front case of these motors, of the design of the OEM of the FXR, kind of like shaped like a triangle. And when it sits, or when the motor sits on top of the triangle, on the point, it comes back down and slams. It's known to crack that. If you're riding, cruise around, don't have to worry about it, but in my opinion, I wanted something that was going to be reassuring. So I switched to a Big Bear Choppers front motor mount. They are serviceable. They do have rubber bushings that you can switch to, but I think it really stabilized the bike. Going to the corners, it feels way more stable. At higher rates of speed, it feels more stable. It's just a better, I feel, better looking style, also motor mount. It also clears up the front as well. It doesn't have like the stabilizing link on the side, and have the bracketry that used to hold the coil up here. Everything's tightened up in the front. And then lastly, the install on it. It's not the easiest. It's definitely something that you put some time into. You gotta loosen up your motor mounts up on here, and then get it kind of loose. Place it in, get it tight, and then make sure you realign your motor for the mount. So once you do all that, put it all together, she's ready to rip. But I'll probably end up keeping that as well. I don't really want to change that out. I think it's a great upgrade to this bike. It really kind of brings it up a little more modern to it as well. So highly recommend it if you're considering it. So there you have it, front motor mount. Pegs, right? Why change them? Well, the old ones suck, in my opinion. I don't think they do a very good job. They're not very grippy on your foot when you want to have confidence of really riding hard. They're great for just pretty much, in my opinion, just laying your feet on them. Other than that, I think they're garbage. So switching out, to your opinion of which one, that's up to you. But in my opinion, I went with the Moto Peg style, and these things bite into your feet. I mean, it's awesome. They grab with confidence. You can go into the corners with confidence. You can stand up on your bike, and you're not going to move around at all. This thing is going to plant you solidly on your bike. It's, I think, a very underrated part that a lot of people, decide to do it. They don't decide to do it. They do it for looks. But once you actually switch this out, they're more performing than they actually look. And this one on top of it has, it has a cutaway like this under here, and it has a slant to it to give you more clearance. So on top of it being, a better looking peg, gripping on top, you have more ground clearance on top of it if you really want to get low in the corners, where the old style or OE pegs have, they drop down lower. They have usually that scrape peg at the end to make sure that if you're hitting the ground, well, this kind of cleans that all up. And to me, I think it actually fits the bike great. Goes with the sporty style of it. So very underrated. Highly suggested if you are considering switching your pegs out. Go to it. As far as moto style, everyone makes it. This one's by Thresh and Supply. They were one of the only ones during the time, or selected few groups that were making these when I was trying to find them. So that's the reason why I went with them. Still like the style. Probably won't change these out. I think they fit the bike. So there you have it. Pegs. Rims. Easy upgrade. If your tires are going out and you want to change the look on your rims without spending much money on just buying rims for your bike, get them powder coated. That's what I did. Tire itself has been worn out, both sides. Time for a change out. So these are mag rims that are on here. They're the gray. I wasn't a big fan of the gray, so got them powder coated. Meanwhile, service my bearings. So always service your bearings if you have your tire off when it's possible. These are Timken style, so they're easy to pack and get done. So simple upgrade. Is it huge? Probably not, but also changes the look of your bike quite a bit if you get it done. So that's it. Rims, get it done. Last but not least, the exhaust, the focal point for most bikes. I went with the 2-in-1 exhaust. Mine is made by Fat 28, and I wanted someone that was going to hand make their exhaust, and they do. They put a lot of time in their making sure that their exhaust also performs. I don't have any dyno numbers on this particular one, but from going from my old exhaust to this one, it was night and day. This thing performed awesome on this bike. It still is performing awesome, and it sounds great too. So, and looks wise, I did a polished finish to my stainless steel on here. Now, it needs to be cleaned up, but when the sun hits this, when this thing is freshly polished, it is bright. I mean, it's stunning when you see it in the daylight or when the sun's hitting it. It's awesome. So also I have the kickback as well on the back here. Kind of gives you more ground clearance, and it gives it that dirt bike / street bike style slant look to the exhaust, which I wanted to include into this bike. But there you have it. Last mod. Let me know. Guys, so there you have it. Those are the current mods that I have on my bike. And now, the future, right? We talked about that. the future of this bike. We're gonna do shocks, we're gonna do seats, we're gonna do risers, and we're gonna document it the whole way so that you too can figure out if maybe those parts will fit your bike, maybe it's the direction that you're thinking about going, so we can kind of reverse on the way as well. So that is the goal with this bike. We're gonna make it a ripper for the streets. It's gonna hit all terrains. That's what I want with this. So if you like what this is, I post up every Sunday. If you could, hit the notification, hit subscribe, and let's stay tuned on what's gonna happen with this bike. And as always, stay free guys, and I'll catch you later.